is Blake Suniga. This is one of the best days on the WNBA calendar.
It sure is. It's like fantasy basketball in real life. We're going to see stars align and rivals team up. These are just combinations that we would never see.
The WNBA All-Star Game, a contest like no other.
Of course, I mean, these are the most competitive players in the league, the best players in the league, so everybody wants to win. But this game is for the fans, exciting plays, free-flowing offense, lots of points.
Pass to Lewis. Ogumake, guarded by Charles. To the inside, Lewis. And that one good. And when it comes down to it, how important is it to players to make the All-Star team?
Well, I think it's more important than fans realize. Being among that select few gives tremendous validation in a league full of stars.
Well, remember, just making this league is so difficult. It's an incredible accomplishment. So being picked as the best of the best, it's really special.
Here's Lewis. Back to Young. Pass to Lewis. Clark over Reese. Again, the Eastern All-Stars. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Out to the wing. Charles. Stewart inside. Guarded by Beckers. Stewart with the bucket. To the middle. Here's Lewis. Misses off the right iron. Here's the West All-Stars. It's a three-point game. Pass to Charles. Wilson. Back to Charles. Clock at 6. Here's Thomas. And Clark pulls it down.
Well, that's just not a sight you see very often because she has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when she's open.
Here's Lewis. Beckers outside. Three-pointer. Cans it from downtown.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely. The defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passing.
Now here's Thomas. Pass to Wilson. Now here's Charles. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
A reliable interior scoring option. Charles plays with power and poise around the rim.
And it's Lewis missing.
That's the kind of D that's needed when she's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over her.
Alyssa Thomas is doubled. Charles, good.
She's now 3 for 4 from the field, and it looks like she is in her bag offensively.
Here's Lewis. The Western All-Stars grab the miss.
Her shooting numbers slipping this quarter.
Thomas outside. To the paint. Wilson. She's covered by Ogumake. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Pass to Lewis. Jackie Young on the wing. And it's Lewis missing.
She's been struggling big time in this quarter, guys.
She really has tightened up. I'm just not seeing any flow to her game right now.
And it's good. 2 points.
Strong start for her. Great to see. That's 4 for 5.
Pass to Lewis. Back to Clark. Here's Lewis. She's covered by Thomas. On the wing, Paige Beckers. Drills it from outside. Here's Reese. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Wilson outside. And here's Charles. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Lewis, defended by Stewart. Pass to Beckers. Lewis. From down in the low post, it goes. The West All-Stars trailing. Inside. And she drops in the layup off glass.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points. coming from inside the painted area, just dominating down low.
And obviously, that's something the defense has to address. Well, you look at Young, she's strong, a bigger guard, and that helps her down low.
Wilson outside. Pass to Reese. Down low. A nice shot by Charles.
She is one of the best when it comes to making the sweet lead pass.
And here are the East All-Stars now. 3-point lead. Here's Lewis. Her fifth miss. Now 2 for 7 from the floor.
She has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it really hasn't affected the team that much.
There has not been much defense to speak of yet, has there?
Nope. It's been all offense all the time here early.
Here's Lewis. Clark outside. And she's good on the 3 ball. Here's Thomas. Pass to Wilson. Back to Thomas. Now here is Stewart. And here is Wilson. Good. And Brianna Stewart gets the assist.
Wow. I mean, come on. That's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, it's just nowhere to be found.
They have to start committing more bodies down low.
After defending the shot, she didn't quit on that play. Followed it straight to the glass for the rebound.
Pass to Charles. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. She hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Look, it's no secret that rebounding is all about effort. And that's something Wilson is never lacking.
So reliable, guys. Her offense, it doesn't come and go. It's always there.
Now here's Thomas to the middle. A nice shot by Charles.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. Easy bucket in the paint.
The interior defense at that end has been lifeless, to say the least.
Lewis. Stewart grabs the miss. A chance here to retake the lead.
Showing that intensity in these last few minutes.
And that misses. That would have put them up.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards here in the first.
Yeah, coming out of the gates with great energy. You kind of like they got shot out of a cannon. They're really setting the tone.
Oh.
Pass to Thomas. Back to Wilson. Shoots over Young. And no good trying to use the glass. And here are the East All-Stars now. Ogumake. Now Clark. Reese defending. Now here's Beckers. Here's Lewis. The shot is good. Beckers making the play.
That's what I call pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open teammate was.
Thomas outside. Pass to Charles. Plenty of space. Outside for Thomas. Back to Reese. Shot clock at 5. The second chance effort. Here's Charles. And finally they hit one.
Given Charles's impressive all-around game, she's certainly one of the league's toughest defensive assignments.
Clark can't hit. Reese. She's covered by Clark. Reese with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. And that one's good. Wilson.
Her ball distribution has been outstanding.
Yeah, Tim, all you have to do is look at the numbers. Those assists do not lie.
And they keep piling up.
And it's good. But hold on. The officials may want to take another look at it.
The previous play is under review.
Again, they need to be certain she beat the buzzer here.
And, you know, they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever, so why not?
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
With the best possible angles.
Yeah, how about that? How far technology's come.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The West All-Stars on top. They lead by a bucket. And don't go away, as we'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a bit. And it's the second quarter, right in the thick of this All-Star game. It's already been a lot of fun. Both teams making substitutions here. Clark outside, pass to Young. Beckers. Here's Lewis, guarded by Charles. To the paint. And the layup's good off the glass.
Great job spotting your teammate near the bucket and firing the pass in there.
The Western All-Stars with the lead. And here's Stewart. She's covered by Clark. Outside Charles. Again, Tina Charles missing. Here's Young. And it's good. The game is all even.
They've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. You got to imagine that their coach is very happy with that.
4 straight passes leading to scores. That's just great team play.
Pass to Stewart. From past the arc. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars. Here's Lewis. Clark with it. She's picked up by Reese. Here's Lewis. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Pass to Charles. Outside Reese. Attached short, but it's good off the front iron.
That pass led her so perfectly, she didn't even have to break stride.
Young, Reese defending. And Jackie Young, good for 3.
You're just asking for trouble if you let her roam free in three-point range.
3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Charles, shot's good.
Well, her shooting has been outstanding. Definitely, one of the reasons why they're winning this game.
Amy Clark with the 3. Another 3 for the East All-Stars. Now here's Thomas, guarded by Beckers. Here's Wilson. And it's good! The buzzer! Wow!
An ideal finish to the quarter for them as she cans it at the buzzer.
Cool and collected and just didn't rush it at all.
You said that right.
And that'll do it for the first half. Game tied. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. Second half of the WNBA All-Star Game, the summer showcase for the W. Here are the East All-Stars now. Beckers outside. Back to Clark. Inside. Here's Lewis. She's covered by Thomas. And she was camped there in the lane, and she gets a 3-second call. Here's Charles. She's guarded closely. Gets it to fall, and she's now 10 of 15 on the game.
They've been extremely efficient and effective getting the ball inside.
Totally. I mean, we're seeing some real shortcomings from this defense. They've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint. That's two really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnovers.
One thing you can't do is string together those kind of possessions because it can snowball in a hurry.
Absolutely.
Stewart. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the line.
I tell you, plays like that really show you why Stewart is regarded as one of the most lethal scorers in the league. He is tenacious.
Deckers outside. Pass to Agumake. Young. Here's Lewis. She's covered by Thomas. And Alyssa Thomas with the block.
The block from Thomas, that's not her game on defense. Despite that, she's still elite on defense.
The East All-Stars trailing. Here's Lewis. No good from 18.
She just hasn't looked right. She hasn't. And something is off with her mechanics, I think.
Alyssa Thomas has doubled. Lets it go from deep. Reese, no good. And here are the East All-Stars now. Nothing yet for them here in the third quarter. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Thomas outside. Pass to Charles. And another miss by the Western All-Stars. Here's Beckers. Lays it up and banks it in.
Down there in the low post is where you want to create a lot of your offense.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Wilson. It's good on the putback.
They own the paint right now, 10 straight coming from the inside.
They are constantly finding lanes to the hoop, getting great looks in tight.
Pass to Young. Lewis. Now Beckers. Just 4 to shoot. Again, the Eastern All-Stars. Here's the West All-Stars. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Tina Charles for 3. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Brianna Stewart. That is her first foul of the game. Here's Clark. 13 points in this game. To the inside. To the paint for the lead. And that one's good. Lewis. For most WNBA players, this break is a great chance to recharge and re-energize for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it is welcome at this point of the season because those bumps and bruises start to add up. It's always nice to rest up for a few days.
And to me, it's about the mental break, being able to spend time with friends and family.
She gets that one.
Explosive first step with an accurate mid-range J. It's part of what makes Wilson so tough to guard.
Pass to Lewis. Clark. The three-pointer is on target. The West All-Stars trailing. Here's Reese. That's in there. Alyssa Thomas with the assist.
Handles the ball like a point guard. Thomas has the confidence and ability to disperse the rock.
And the East All-Stars call time here. Clark with it. Reese on her. Pass to Beckers. Clark. Lewis. She's covered by Thomas. Three-pointer Beckers. Another three for the East All-Stars.
They've given up so many threes today.
Their defensive rotations on the perimeter have been abysmal.
Wilson outside. Charles up top. Thomas. Pass to Wilson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Agumake. That'll be her second foul of the game.
Yeah, close, but she didn't get on balance quickly enough.
And as quick as players are at this level, your anticipation has to be perfect defensively to draw the charge.
You're right. It's so hard.
6 on the shot clock. Pass to Wilson. This one for three. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
A three-pointer is certainly not a huge part of Wilson's game, but if you give Asia a look, I mean, she can knock down those trays.
The left wing, and here's Beckers. Another three for the East All-Star.
Just on fire from beyond the arc.
Seems like just about all her points are coming from deep.
Outside Charles. Pass to Stewart. Shoots over Beckers. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars. Clark outside. Here's Lewis. Now here's Agumake. Another three for the East All-Stars.
That's a dozen straight points coming off of threes.
Yeah, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it, non-existent.
Double team on Asia Wilson. Here's Reese. Chalk up two right there.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
No luck needed. It is working for sure. 5 of their last 6 field goals, they've come from inside the paint.
Very good half for them from the field. They've got their shooting percentage up over 50%.
Yeah, their offense heating up, and anytime you shoot this well, you give yourself an excellent chance to win.
And she comes up with the deuce.
And the special skill set Thomas wields makes her so tough to defend. And, you know, making plays is nothing new to her.
Ogumake outside. Pass to Lewis. Young. Another three for the East All-Stars.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Timeout called the Western All-Stars. It's been quite the game for Clark.
She is absolutely on fire. They need to regroup, figure out a way to cool her down during this timeout.
Here's Charles. She's got 20. Plum from outside. That one falls coming off Alyssa Thomas's feet.
You can see right there. Plum stays shot ready.
Lewis. She's covered by Thomas. Young shot's good.
I mean, come on. You can't allow clean looks from deep like that. It's hard to win games that way.
Yeah, most teams will take you to the deep end and drown you with triples if you let them. And that's what's going on here.
Good on the shot.
She is really taking advantage of her opportunities in this half. I love her effort level.
To the middle. Here's Lewis. Alyssa Thomas with the rebound.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game.
Clark outside. Outside Sabali. Lewis. Jackie Young on the wing. Another three for the East All-Stars.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over again.
They might have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc. She makes it just look so easy. Stewart has as smooth of a stroke as you'll ever see.
She gets it in there.
One aspect of their play today that's been far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow, it can be elusive, but the great offenses have it. And that's just what they've shown tonight.
She can be dangerous from outside. And look, sure, she didn't get one in the first, but we don't live in the past, we live in the present, and we know she can hit them.
And you can see her confidence rising bucket after bucket from long range.
And the West All-Stars tack on 2 more.
The mid-range jumper, something I love to see. Stewart's game is multifaceted, and I'm really not surprised to see her knock that one down.
Clark outside. This is her 3rd shot of the game. She has made 6 of her 9 attempts. Wilson in the post. Sabalu's there. A nice shot by Wilson.
She is a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they would be if she was not having this kind of a quarter.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been by design or by accident, but either way, it's been impressive.
Maybe the coach just went up to the locker room chalkboard and just put a number 3 out there.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head into the 4th quarter. East All-Stars ahead, leading by 7. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. The final quarter of the All-Star game. What a special night on the WNBA calendar. The West All-Stars trailing. Outside Plum. Kick by Reese. Plum misses. For 3, Ryan Howard. And it's Austin with the rebound. Houston All-Stars making a switch here. Here's the West All-Stars. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter here. And it's Charles missing. The Eastern All-Stars leading. With some arc. And out of bounds. The West All-Stars will take it.
Really careless turnover. That should have been one of the simplest of exchanges.
And it's the West All-Stars with the ball. Here in the 4th, they've only allowed just 4 points. Oh, count it! And still have a chance for the 3-point play. Jackie Young picks one up.
When you let Stewart get inside, you're just not going to stop her. Too much length, too much game.
On the wing, Neko Gumake. Guarded by Charles. Young shot's good. Now Plum. Outside Stewart. Wilson. Outside Plum. Pass to Charles. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Kept alive. And that one's good. Stewart
crashes the glass with effort and intensity. Stewart loves turning boards into buckets.
Here's Lewis. Jackie Young from outside. Add another basket to her impressive total. It's her 9th against 12 attempts. Here's the West All-Stars. Trailing by 5. Reese on the left. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars.
On an open look like that, she's just got a gift for making the weak coverage pay.
That's a surprising miss. She's almost always deadly when she's that open, even from way downtown.
Pass to Plum. Wilson outside. Charles. Reese. She's covered by Ogumake. Yep, that one goes.
Just really good awareness right there on the assist.
And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assist.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too.
Pass to Reese. And the basket is good.
This game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Yeah, well, no one's ever going to argue with more offense, and that's exactly what we're getting.
I'm not going to argue with you, Brian. Let's see more offense. He's on our way to putting up a big three-point total.
Charles with the bucket.
Outstanding entry pass. He knew exactly where to go with that ball.
And they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
And they can't afford to let it get any slimmer.
Jackie Young on the wing. Again, the Eastern All-Stars. And it's the West All-Stars with the ball. Here's Reese. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Kelsey Plum.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here, and to me, they look like a totally different team.
Ogumake can't hit. Here's the West All-Stars. Pass to Plum. Stewart. And here's Asia Wilson outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
As big-time a player as you'll ever see. Asia Wilson in the clutch.
And the East All-Stars call time here. Both teams will make substitutions. Now the East All-Stars with it. They lead by 1. Pass to Lewis. Clark hits the three-point bomb.
Wow, what a great performance from her. She's hit 3 three-pointers in each half.
Down low. Here's Reese. Hits that one to fall. That's her 6th field goal, and she has shot the ball 12 times.
These teams really feeding off each other now in terms of energy.
There must have been some kind of speech at halftime as both sides have picked things up. What do you think the coaches are saying, Tim?
What a final quarter they're having from downtown. A bunch of threes falling to them.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. Work that perimeter while they're hot.
And work it to the final whistle.
Inside. Pass to Lewis. On the wing, Paige Beckers. Off target with the 3.
Yeah, she's got a great stroke. I mean, that one almost dropped.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot of times that she'll hit those shots no matter how tight the D is.
Count it.
She made that pass to a spot and let her teammate run right into it. That is how you distribute the basketball.
Pointer Beckers. Basket number 8 is all good. She's attempted 12 shots.
She's had such a steady hand. And I think watching this game, she's the one responsible for getting them this lead late.
Yeah, her shooting percentage is unreal right now. Just so dependable here today.
And it's good for 2.
Close your eyes, kids. Stewart is fearless, and her team relies on her for those late game buckets.
Got good by Ogumake.
She is feeling it, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Thomas with the ball. Now Young defending. Wilson. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
At just a huge hole in the defense, and she didn't waste any time going through it.
They want to generate more of those shots in tight.
And the free throw, no good. Here's the West All-Stars. 7-point differential. Tina Charles for three. They get the rebound. And it falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
I admire how A'ja Wilson's able to elevate her level of play in the clutchest of situations.
That just adds to what's probably already an insurmountable lead. I think they'll be leaving here with the win.
Yeah, hard to imagine any other outcome than the one that's staring us right in the face.
Timeout called the Western All-Stars.
It's iffy. There's even enough time to get a quick shot and a foul.
Yeah, time is just not on their side, but that's their only hope, so I'm sure they'll give it a shot.
Yeah, they're kind of just thinking, why not at this point?
From outside, knocks down the trifecta.
Look, a big part of being a dominant scorer is coming through with big buckets for your team. Stewart simply thrives under pressure.
She doesn't hit the first, and that was one they really wanted. She's got one more, though. And she can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
They need to score quickly.
No time to waste.
Back to Wilson. Double team on A'ja Wilson. Wesley Thomas long range. Caitlin Clark pulls it in. And now we've got the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but she's probably the last player they want to send to the line.
Yeah, but they didn't have the time to be selective. Stopping the clock was a priority.
Yeah, and that's a good point. They just could not waste any more time.
And so she drops them both. And it's a 7-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Three-pointer, Breanna Stewart. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars. All-Stars getting the win.
What a great game. Anytime you get to see all these stars on the floor, it is just so special.
There was also a nice little break from the grind of the regular season. Now, our entire focus is on this stretch run. And I just got to say, I can't wait for the second half of the year.